Hello everyone, my name is Jim Batchelor-Smith, the Senior Warden of your Vestry, and here, more than 6 feet apart from me, is Faith Weddington, your Junior Warden.
Hi.
We wanted to take a few minutes to give you an update from the Vestry that met earlier this week. All Vestry members were present on the call and very anxious to hear about Father Robert's conversation with Bishop Jose regarding the potential of our in-person services. I am happy to report that we have received guidelines for the initial approach to regathering. However, we have some work to do to figure out how they best apply for Holy Cross. We are also informed by the diocese that no in-person services may happen during the month of June. Because we hope to regather in July, we need to finalize a plan on our approach following those guidelines. We have asked our Junior Warden, Faith Weathington, to chair a committee to review the guidelines and develop a regathering strategy that will best work for Holy Cross. Faith has already formed a team with various professional talents and backgrounds that will, to the best of their ability, create a plan to protect the health and safety of our members while ensuring we comply with all required mandates. Faith, will you please take a few minutes and give us an introduction to the regathering team and the planned approach?
I am very proud to be chairing this committee, and it is a great committee. We have wonderful committee members, and they are Matt Aldrich. Of course, Father Robert will be giving us spiritual guidance. Jim Batchelor-Smith will also be on the committee. Jeff Carey, Karen Hipp, Catherine Jeter, Paul Zimmerman, and our physician, Dr. Todd Walter, and myself. We are going to have our first meeting on Sunday to begin our work for this committee. Our charge, as Jim has already said, is to develop a plan following the bishop's guidelines, which will tailor our regathering to Holy Cross. We will hold health and safety as a priority, and we will try to define what we can and cannot do as we develop this plan. We'll provide a timeline, and we feel it's very important to continue communication with you, the congregation, as we do this, so you will hear more from us. We're all eager to get back to church, I know, but the committee and I ask for your forbearance so that we can keep the Holy Cross family safe, as well as the clergy, staff, and volunteers. We ask for you to pray for our efforts, support one another, and love your neighbor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Faith. I'm sure everyone watching will agree with me when I say how grateful we are to you and to the other committee members for taking on this important challenge. I would also like to ask our congregation to please pray for the regathering committee as they take on this difficult work, and to be patient as we wait for more news on being able to implement the developed plan in July. I've also asked Rosemary Moore to join us today to give us an update on all the work InReach is doing to help us all stay connected. Rosemary?
Thank you, Jim. It's been my privilege since July of 2019 to be your InReach coordinator. Things are not as busy at this moment as they have been, but I want to give a shout out to some people who have really given their all and helped with people within our parish. The Toolbox Committee, led by Ben Davis and also Mike Davis and Stan Gibson, those guys just seem to find a way to see what's broken and fix it for people, and we're really grateful for them. Also, Sharon Cargill coordinates meals, and Sharon has such a sunny, engaging personality. It wouldn't matter if she cooked for you or not, she'd just make you well. Kathy Ollier came home on April 15th, and she came home to a big party planned by Paula Jordan. Unfortunately, we weren't able for people to congregate there, but she had balloons and a wonderful dinner and gifts, and she settled in her home. We're trying to keep her healthy and well by preparing meals for her. And the people who are doing that now are Jeff, Ellen, and Jeffrey Carey, Claire Carey, Donna Heinzen-Connect, and Anna Thompson. And we're very grateful for them. Paula Jordan is the person who's put the Care Connection team together and set up a phone network so that people could be called and we could be checking on different parishioners to make sure everything's okay with you. If you haven't appreciated these calls, it would be fine if you just let us know that it's not necessary. But if you would like them to continue, if it's something that makes you feel more connected to your parish, we're glad to do that also. Anita Briggs has been maintaining the card ministry. Anita is a gentle and caring person who really knows a lot about the people of Holy Cross and reaches out to them in a very loving and caring way. And last but certainly not least is Bill Kelly, who's the leader of transportation. Well, when I talked to Bill, he said he hadn't taken his car out of the garage in about 10 weeks. However, he has the cleanest house and the best kept lawn in the Carolinas. So if you'd like to drive by and check, that's what Bill's been up to. The InReach team would like to get back to work, doing whatever is necessary to help people in the parish to be comfortable in their homes. We've all been through a health crisis. Many have been through a financial crisis. And all of us have been through a crisis of the heart. So let's come back together, loving and serving God and one another.
Thank you, Rosemary, and thank you to the entire InReach team for making sure everyone in our congregation is reminded that while we may be apart, we are still together in our hearts and very much connected through God's love. Thank you. During the rest of our vestry meeting this past week, the next thing was Peter Franklin, our treasurer, reported on our finances. Our endowment funds are down an average of 8%, which is significantly improved over last month. Pledges remain ahead of budget, but non-pledge contributions are only at about 65% of target. Peter also reported that the Finance Committee reviewed the balance in our dedicated facilities funds. Accounting for funds already committed for the completion of the ADA bathrooms and considering anticipated cash flow, the committee recommended that the vestry approve an additional $145,000 towards the 2020 facilities-related projects. Paul Zimmerman also attended the meeting to walk the vestry through the remaining projects on the master plan. Paul and the Properties Committee recommended the vestry consider funding the remaining indoor projects to include renovating the 4 existing parish hall bathrooms and to renovate portions of the classroom wing. The vestry unanimously approved the funds, and all indoor projects should be completed before the first in-person services take place. I hope you are as excited about this as the vestry is. These projects were originally expected to span over 7 years. With the expertise and commitment of Paul and the Properties Committee, and everyone that has helped physically or financially, these projects are being completed way ahead of schedule and below budget. I know this has been a lot of information, but we wanted to assure you your vestry, along with all other committees, are working hard to keep the business of our church moving forward. Thank you for your continued support, and I pray we are all safely together again soon.